What is going on, everyone? The Competitor back with another video, this time going over Kung Lao's best custom variation in my opinion. I want to give a quick shout out to the superstars on my channel. Thank you dman2718 and Mark Foran for supporting me. You guys can join the channel below, only $1.99 a month for the minimum, and you get access to all my awesome emotes, get to join the Discord, it's a lot of fun. And the other tiers, you get additional perks as well, but it's mainly to help support me and keep me, making content like this. So, going into Kung Lao, I had some initial thoughts of what to give him. Now, obviously he's going to have Z-Hat, because I think it's a very powerful tool in the meta of MK11. That's why I preferred Hat Tricks over Lotus Fist the entire time that I played him. Now, poke into special is really good, but just having this guaranteed Oki, right? Like, they gotta hold that no matter what. Well, at least in most cases, unless they roll. But then that's how you can fake them out. Now, that's obviously the first thing that I gave him. Tip of Z-Hat, right? Tip of the hat. But, what is the other move? I debated giving him the Lotus Fist hat spin, because we all know how good that is, right? We all know how good hat spin is. It's such a good, hit confirm tool. It's such a good poke into special tool, stagger tool, whatever. Then I thought about the orbiting hat that he throws on the opponent, and I tested some stuff out with that. And while I think that's a good move, it's still just alright in my opinion. Like, I don't think it's worth putting on. Plus, I was gonna do the orbiting hat, the self-orbiting hat like in Lotus Fist with Z-Hat, but then that becomes a super meter intensive variation, because you're spending the bar for that, you're spending the bar to cancel that, you're doing poke into orbiting hat and it's 2 bars. It's just way too much. So I opted for the Great Kung Lao. That's right, guys, the Great Kung Lao. I have some reasoning behind this though, don't worry. So, the reason that his Variation 3 sucked is because he had that Vortex. He really couldn't combo like you should be able to. This variation makes Kung Lao just a damage powerhouse off of most of his options. So let's take a look. So, here's what a normal BMB would normally look like. You do spin, blah blah blah. Whoops, I have breakaway on. My bad. We'll get to that in a minute. Not random. Okay. So, then you do forward 4 into Z-Hat. And that's the setup, right? In this variation, you get much more combo damage into a meterless setup. And look at that, that's 29% plus the chip damage, and if you meter burn at your plus, you could also just cancel it, dash up throw, whatever it may be. Like, that's just such insane damage to get in this variation as compared to the other ones, and you don't have to spend any bar to get good damage and set up your Z-Hat. So you don't need to spend your bar for combo damage. It's insane. He also gets, really good damage off of crushing blows in the corner. Like, if you guys look at this, you could do forward 4. And, whoops, my bad. Oh, come on. This works, I swear, I just tested it. And then you get a Z-Hat setup. That is a 45%. 0 bars. 0 bars. It's a little bit tricky, I'm not gonna lie. This will take some execution, but this works off of this and his forward 2-1 crushing blow. Forward 2-1-4. It's a little tricky though, so I would just opt for forward 2 until you get this down. You could do forward 2-1 into it. But the forward 4 nets so much more damage if I could actually hit it. Like, bro, that's 45% into the setup. Nasty. Now, outside of damage, what else does he get? We already talked about Z-Hat. Everyone who watches Foxy Grandpa knows how strong of an option this is versus wake-ups. You know, you get guaranteed plus frames for a throw situation, a stagger situation, everything like that. So I don't really need to go over the benefits of Z-Hat. But having this as a tool is insanely good. Like I just showed you for the damage especially. But another problem with Kung Lao was off of his hit confirm launcher, 1-2-1, you have to spend a bar unless you're near the corner, right? Because that doesn't combo. You always gotta just opt for, you know, that and then go for the Z-Hat setup. But you're spending a bar to do the combo and you don't want to spend the bar to set up Z-Hat. So you can do 1-2-1 into this for even more damage. That's actually slightly more damage. So you could hit confirm 1-2-1 into this launcher, and it's all meterless, and then you set up Z-Hat. And then you could play your game, or just go for the chip damage because of the spacing. It's really, really powerful. You know, like you're netting yourself over 30% for a punish here. It's actually insane. And you're getting the Z-Hat set up. Like, look at that. That's like 4% chip, too. So, like, you know, even if you want to go for a damage ender, you still can. You can do jump kick, dive kick, and spend a bar if you want. I don't know. It's up to you. Now, I'm going to cover one more important thing. If we put on breakaway, normally Kung Lao gets screwed over by breakaway, right? Like, if you go into spin, you can't really jump kick or anything after it. It just doesn't come out in time. Some situations with EX spin hitting, I'm pretty sure there are some situations where if they break away late, you know, you can, or, you know, if they break away late off of regular spin or EX spin, I don't think EX spin, but off regular spin you can, but it's still really tight. Whereas here, you can buffer it. So you could just go for the jump kick, dive kick regardless after this launcher and catch them, getting the huge breakaway damage. Like, look at that. 42%. 42%. Even more off of this. 48% off of a punish and they tried to break away. Can't get that in the other Lao variation. And even without breakaway, it still does pretty like decent damage. I mean, let's see. If you just did the jump kick, dive kick. Whoop, my bad. If you just do the dive kick. Sorry, I do the jump kick to time it. Like, you're still doing 26% meterless, which, you know, you're not going to be able to do that. Well, okay, you can off a spin, but if they break away, it doesn't work. Whereas with this variation, that works regardless of breakaway or not. So that's why I think it's really strong. Now, one last thing I want to highlight with this variation is if we set our opponent to reversal, right? So forward 2-1 is unsafe to stagger. I see a lot of whoops, it should be unsafe to stagger. But I see a lot of Laos throw this out, right? It's especially unsafe to 6-frame pokes. I don't think Cabal is... Yeah, there we go. Okay, so it is punishing it. As you see, it's unsafe. And a lot of Laos like to stagger it, and going for this is super unsafe because that's punishable. So what you can do is use these cancels to your advantage. So if you notice, Kung Lao steps back when he does this, right? So you could do like forward 4 and get poked, but if you do forward 4 into the stance, it would, like, the pokes whiff, unless, you know, maybe Johnny's down 4, no, but forward 4, cancel, and you can cancel out of this. It's pretty quick, right? At the cost of a defense bar. Look at this. That makes that safe. So you could stagger that and it's safe. Really good stuff right there. And especially with the spacing, you can do stuff like that. You know. It's not that safe. That option's not that safe. But being able to just cancel that to play mind games with people, and even like from full screen, you could cancel Z-Hat, right? Like, you know, I like zoning with Z-Hat a lot, kind of trolling with people to see how they react to it. You could cancel Z-Hat. Whoops. And then go into like something like that, which could set up like maybe that crushing blow. Because the crushing blow is to hit this, only hit the last hit of that and it launches. It's pretty neat. But, you know, you could cancel Z-Hat. Whoops. The timing's pretty weird. Oh, did I not have meter? Why is this not working? It's down, down, right? I literally was just doing it. There we go. Okay, now it's not working. Am I holding? There we go. So, like, you could just do stuff like that. I apologize for the mess up right there. Yeah, you know, you could just zone with that. It's a mid. It's pretty strong. He also has these ground ones, which I'm not too crazy about, but I mean, I guess it's a good check from full screen, and that looks like it goes under high projectiles. If we set Cabal to just throw one of those, we can see. That's tricky to time. Yeah, no, it's not. It doesn't go under it, so that's not really that good. Oh, it does. Okay. Okay, wait a minute. I didn't know you could hold it. So, you know, if you have a read on a high projectile, that's not something I'd use a lot, but, you know, that's pretty good. So, look at the strengths. We have insane meterless damage into setup potential. Right? We have anti-breakaway, because you get the dive kick crushing blow off of breakaways. We make forward 2-1 safe on block. We have some counter zoning properties, and we have just a bunch of damage everywhere, just off of every hit. We got meterless, you know, conversions off of 1-2-1. He's just really good, and the setups are great. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Remember to like and subscribe for more content. Let me know what characters you want to see next. I'm thinking maybe Cabal and Jax, but you know, I've also been messing with Sub-Zero a little bit. Everyone's got some crazy stuff to look forward to with this next patch.